We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for returns for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with Muln stock having volatility slightly push upwards and ended the day going back downwards. Now the overall market was pushing up higher today while Muln had that volatility. And our SPY bot since 9:55 a.m. sent us out a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, call options went up 2 to 3x within minutes to an hour, guys. And this is our new release that allows us to have an edge within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. And this is our new resource, and you can now gain access to it. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, and joining the members using this resource to maximize within the volatility. So here we are with Muln stock. Again, it's basically sitting sideways within the bigger picture. And in today's price action, it tried to go higher. It's coming back down, and we're going to break down some key levels here. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity from the Discord. So the home run of the day turned out to be spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. And we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So these are the 3 stocks I mentioned this morning, and one of them turned out to be a home run. Every single one of them gave 5 to 10%, 10 to 20% jumps. But the home run of the day turned out to be PLX. It was under a bull indicator, pushing upwards and consolidating here in the pre-market. And when we mentioned it, it actually started its first dip, went towards 137, popped back up, sat sideways, and started to pick up momentum towards the bell. And the stock had already ran almost 20% plus in the first few minutes of the day, pulled back down and ran up again for a highest point of 40% plus, guys. This is the home run of the day. We strive for opportunities like these every single day. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and let's jump into these charts. So here we are with Muln stock, as I stated earlier in the video, sitting sideways in the bigger picture. But within this volatility here, we're going to break down some key levels and look at this from the 4-hour and the 1-day. I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators, Ultimate 42 Vision, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, and receiving the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. And you can now gain access to this resource and join the members using it to maximize within the volatility, receiving that edge and clarity in either direction. So here we are with Muln stock under a bull indicator since Friday, right? We talked about this. This was pretty exciting, and we stated we wanted to see this continue the transition. And just based off 42 Vision, this is a complete transition. And I talked about how this actually plays out, right? If it actually lasted very short period of time like it did right here, things were going to end very quickly back downwards. But there's something that's going on in this pullback that we need to talk about, and it's why it's going to be important to watch 42 Vision going into tomorrow and the rest of this week, which I also emphasized on Friday's video, right? Because this week is going to be important. So the dip area is always white with red borders. Then it shifts to red with green borders, dark green, and then you get bright green. So from the dip area to the rip area, that's been a complete shift. And now we're getting a shift to the downside, right? Going from bright green to bright green with red borders, dark green with red borders, and now red bars. Now to complete the shift to the downside, we need to see this hit either white with red borders or find a support and reverse pretty quickly like it did right here and like it's done other times. But complete shifts from the dip area to the rip areas is from white with red borders to either dark green or bright green, and then it goes back down. So in this move, it's happened really, really fast, and that's what I talked about on Friday, that this was moving way too quickly, and we wanted to see, did it go into bright green, and if it held up. Now, from the dip area down here at 260s to the 280s, it is still up 10% within that move. And you got this bull indicator here while it's still pulling downwards and no bear indicators. So could this be a setup for the next bull run? Well, that's where it's going to be important to watch this live going into tomorrow's price action and also the overall market, how it's reacting, right? So on the 30-minute, we have a lot of volatility. We're going to talk about support levels and resistance, but let's look at this on the bigger picture. So when I pull up here the 4-hour, you could see it's been under a bull indicator here since the 240s, 250s, and it's been very volatile back and forth. Now, it is actually shifting after it tried to come back up, right? Which is what happened here. It went ahead and shifted from green with green borders to dark green with red borders. And now we're seeing it go back down. The last time it did that, it had 4 to 5 of these back to back. And right now we only have 2. If this continues to the downside, right, these bars just getting larger and larger. And I always state this, excuse my drawing, it's terrible, but the concept is what matters, right? So it just keeps on getting larger and going downwards. Well, then things are going to continue like they did here. And eventually either it's going to shift from dark green with red borders to a red bar, or get a bear indicator in the process and then continue its direction in the 4-hour, canceling out this bull indicator. But it is too early to tell. It is just very important to watch this because the shifts are happening. And on the 30-minute, things are going back downwards. We haven't got a bear indicator, and on the 4-hour, it's shifting as well. Now, this is the most important one where I talked about last week that we have an indifference here with the 1 day's reaction and also the 4-hour, because the 4-hour on Friday, it was going up, right? Pushing higher. And we had that green with green borders. And then we have now red borders, right? Dark green with red borders. Now, if we go over to the 1 day and we look at this, you could see that this shift is now continuing back up, which is what I talked about that we want to see, because the bigger picture since down here at 115, it's been under a bull indicator. And this whole entire time I stated this could be the setup for the next bull run. And there we have it. So it is in a very volatile state right now. And on the bigger picture, it's showing green with green borders. It actually got out of this and it's like trying to come back up, while within the volatility, which is going to be very, very important. Like I said, going into tomorrow and the rest of this week, yeah, the 1 day showing that, but it could shift right back down very quickly if it gets pulled down with the 4-hour continuation here, and also the 30-minute actually bringing all of this down. So this 1 day shift is very interesting. We'll see if it has more weight and more power than the 30-minute and 4-hour volatility. But this 30-minute move back down, if it breaks through key support levels, this bull indicator is going to get canceled out. And we're going to quickly see things change on the 1 day and the continuation on the 4 hours. So it's going to be super important, again, to watch this going into tomorrow and even the rest of this week. Because if this one bull indicator does not get negated by a bear indicator, well, then the 1 day and 30-minute are aligning, and the 4 hours, the one that's off, and it's going to readjust and continue back up with them. Because just because these shifts are happening here, it doesn't mean it's completely off, because this bull indicator is holding true. No bear indicator here. Then same thing with the 1 day. If it continues, this bull indicator has been holding true all throughout. The one that's volatile and changing the shifts is the 30-minute. And if no bear indicator pops up here, all 3 of them are going to move up together. And that's where these resistance levels I'm about to share come into play. And they're going to be significant. The first support level here is 285. If that gets broken through, the next point of reference could be down here at 273, or even down here at 270 if you want to round it down. And then the lowest point recently was 263. Those are the key levels to the downside to see what's going on in the overall picture and within the volatility, if the bulls try to bring this back up or if the bears are tearing it down fairly fast. Now, to the upside, we want to see this break above the highest point of the day, and that was 313, and a little bit below that, 312 was the highest point within the intraday hours, but since the pre-market 313, if that could get broken through based off the history of the chart, right, you could see that resistance level right there as well. It can actually then have a chance to create a support and push up towards the recent highs of 344 and 340, and then we can start talking about higher highs of the 350s and 360s. But just based off the chart here and the history, you could see two rejection points that are very pivotal and a bear indicator around that area. So if that cannot get broken through and then it rejected here as well, the stock is having trouble breaking out to get to the newer resistance levels, and a bear indicator eventually could pop up if this continues downwards, if the 4-hour continues with it, and then we're going to have a drastic change, not just here of shifts going downwards, but the 1 day actually coming back down with everything else. Okay, it's going to be super important to watch this week. This week is going to be pivotal in the bigger picture and zoomed on in within this volatility. If you guys want to receive clarity within the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, and receiving the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. And you can now join the members using this resource as well to maximize in either direction within the chart's volatility and receiving that edge. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.